a retro gaming enthusiast, when I first heard the tale of an old-school JRPG game that didn't work properly anymore because its protagonist had gone missing, I was confused and definitely a little intrigued. I had to find this game, but no one could remember what it was called or what system it was for. I started digging through forums and blogs online, furiously trying to find any hint of what this story was all about, and in the end, I found something more surprising than I imagine anyone would have ever expected. The game's main character itself, alive and well in our world. I have no idea how this happened. I am just a cat after all. But I'll let him tell the story himself, and you can draw your own conclusions.
Hello? Hey. Hey everyone, how's it going? Lovely to see everybody here. So, hi, I'm Avros Kyargath. Looks like the camera distortion's all fixed. I mean, you guys can see me clearly by the looks of it, so that should be all good. How we all doing today? Thanks everybody for the follows. It looks like Streamlabs is catching up there. So, yeah, this is me, Avros Kyargath. As my lovely friend Combat Meow introduced me there, I'm a protagonist from a JRPG. I can't even remember which one it is. I mean, it's really a bizarre circumstance, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. What kind of happened there is, I mean, this is something people don't really talk about when you finish games, stuff like that, and something weird that I went through, and I don't know anyone else has gone through it before, but a player ended up finishing the JRPG I was in, and what happened was I ended up here. I don't know what happened. I don't remember much of my adventure. I've still got all my sword fighting skills and stuff. I've still got, you know, some of my gear. I've still got my armor, my amulet and stuff. And hang on a second. Let's just show this off. Still got my sword down there as well. So I'm not sure exactly what happened, but here I am, and I've wandered the world for a number of years now, and done a whole bunch of quests, worked different jobs, you know, picked up odd jobs here and there, worked for different employers, you know, to give me challenges and quests and things that I need to do and things like that. And now I'm here. Heard about this whole VTubing thing, and decided I'd dip my toes in, give it a shot. So I've been working through a whole bunch of stuff with some coders and stuff like that. They've been trying to stabilize my code enough so that I can show up on camera. It's a pretty common problem I have, where I end up being a little distorted on camera sometimes. It's been a lot of work to actually make it here today, and yeah, I'm happy I can actually be here. So thank you. Yeah, a whole bunch of gift subs there. Thank you. Hang on, let's just do a whole bunch of follows as well. Oh crap, hang on. Ah, god. The Leo and Neighbor with 3 subs. Combo giving out 5 gift subs there. Hive Train, holy shit. Bunch of followers. Dr. Jumpsuit gave out a bunch of subs. Salt Zero subbed. Axie, Jesus Christ. Axie, you're insane. You know you're insane though. Like, what else is new? There's 10 subs there from Axie and 5 from Naverino as well. Holy hell. Chat is moving ridiculously fast compared to what I'm used to, but while we're here in my room, what do you think actually? Hang on, give me a second here. What do you think of this computer we got here in the background? It's pretty awesome. Well, we'll get around to thanking the right people and everything, and showing off what's going on with that in a second. I got my spare sword and coat back there. You know, can't just have one combat coat and one sword. You know, like that's how you run into trouble, right? Holy hell. Yeah, exactly, Beck. You gotta have at least one backup combat coat. Like, if I go out and fight somebody and this thing gets damaged, like, I need to have a spare, right? So let's just show off the whole outfit here. Hang on one second. Let me just move back from the camera here. So this is me. You can see my sword there. You know, the shiny boots. Got the coat and everything. Thank you, League. And yeah, so this is me. We'll actually get a better look at the sword in a bit there, but yeah, so this is me. This is my room. I'm gonna be streaming from this room from here on out. I mean, I already have been, but you know, we've got the camera now. You guys can see me and everything. So let me just get back up in front of the camera here. Like I said, you know, been working with some coders on stabilizing my code and everything. So hopefully we don't have any issues tonight. I've been known to kind of glitch out a little bit. So hopefully we don't experience any of that. That could be concerning. So let's move on over to some slides. Let's go through some stuff here. Hang on one second. God damn. This is what I was talking about. Ah, come on. Alright, hang on one second. I gotta stabilize this, hang on. Wait, one second. Where did they put those buttons? I mean, what the hell's going on? Alright, hang on everyone. Sorry, apologies, this is supposed to happen. Hang on. Here we go. Alright, sorry everybody. We got that all sorted though, so hopefully no more issues tonight with that. But there's the dandy emotes in chat. Thank you all the people here from the comic book crew. Yeah, so everything seems to be working better here. Hang on, I think I'm blocking some of the slide here. Hang on. So let's start with some information here. So just put myself down here a bit so I'm not blocking the chat or anything. Oh my god, and all these gift subs still coming through on the alerts. Right, so been through my name. I mean, a few of you have been around before and everything. We know name's Avros Kyargath. Age 30, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I traveled for at least 10 years. Is this one of those weird things that you know, playing a JRPG doesn't really kind of convey this very well to anybody. But you know, like what seems like days, right? You know, like let's take an example. Final Fantasy VII seems like it takes place over like a couple of weeks, right? Like that game is absurd, right? There's no way they can travel that continent on foot in like a day, like it seems like in that game. So you know, like a general JRPG protagonist goes through like years of travel just to get through like a single game. Like I remember traveling for like 10 years or something like that. But I've been in this world for a while, and judging from what I've talked to people about, trying to find the game I'm from and trying to, you know, close the loop on where exactly the hell I come from, people have said that the era of game that I'm talking about was like 30-ish years ago. So I kind of just say I'm 30 and kind of just leave it at that. So that's kind of how old I am. Birthday is 11th of October. I mean, I just got to arbitrarily pick something. No one could tell me when my game was manufactured, when it was released, anything like that. So I just picked a date, and you know, I figured 11/10 seemed cool, so I just went with that. Height 186 centimeters. So, you know, I'm tall. I know the Final Fantasy VII world record is under 7 hours. Yeah, but like for you, it's 7 hours. Time dilatation's a thing, right? Like, you know, that's kind of, you know, what I'm talking about, right? Like you see that as 7 hours. Cloud and friends, they've been traveling for years. Like and kind of minimalizing that's just, you know, like just happens all the time. Race, human, obviously. I mean, look at me. Do I look non-human to anyone? I mean, I think I look pretty human. Occupation. So I got a few things here. I mean, I've been called a lot of different things in a lot of different places I traveled to, you know. Hero, I mean, they had a prophecy about me, from what I understand. What I can remember, at least. I mean, I don't remember much of the prophecy, but, you know, hero. Warrior was my starting job. I went to warrior school, actually, to begin with. Trained as a squire, worked in the village and everything, became a warrior, you know, and evil demon lord attacked the town, wiped out most of the townsfolk, took up a sword. Not this sword, this one's more of like an endgame sword, I guess what they say. But I used a sword and fought off everyone, and then people started calling me the protector, the hero, you know, 100% what a human would say. I mean, exactly, right? Like, I mean, let's be honest. I'm from a video game. I mean, you guys saw me glitch out before. Can I really call myself human? I mean, I assume I'm human, right? Like, I look human, but like, am I human? Okay, can I whip the sword out? No, it's kind of piece bonded into that sheet at the moment. I've been told I'm not supposed to use it at the moment, so maybe someday I'll be able to get it out. But it's kind of stuck in there right now. I wear this one because I feel comfortable with it, but hopefully someday I'll be able to either free it from its sheath or get a new sword. So strength isn't high enough to whip it out. That sounds really wrong out of context. Sorry. Yeah, Protector, as I said. I traveled the world, and like I could put samurai in there. Like, it wasn't an uncommon thing to be called when I traveled into a bunch of different areas when I was on my quest. I mean, I got called Spellblade once because of the ability to cast some magic. Like, I'm not completely tied to melee combat or anything like that. I'm a multifaceted fighter. So, moving on though. My mama. Whoop, hang on, I'm blocking some of the text there. I saw she was in the chat. Hi, Mama. So Akihika is my mother. She's the one who did my VTuber model. She is absolutely fantastic. She also did a reference sheet that I'll be posting on Twitter afterwards. Some of the images, if I just jump back on this one, they're all from the reference sheet as well. She did an absolutely amazing job. And also she did my room as well. So you can thank her for the amazing room that we were in before. So, go and check her out on Twitter. I see actually a few of my VTuber siblings and stuff in the chat as well earlier, and following me on Twitter and stuff. So, I guess I'm the baby of the family or something. So, yeah, go check her out. She's amazing. Thank you, League, for the cheer. I'm in front of the alerts. Hang on. Moving on. My papa has a taunt. That's a name some people here might be familiar with. He's done a lot of work on different VTuber rigging. He is absolutely fantastic, incredibly helpful, just wonderful person to work with. His VTuber model, which he doesn't use anymore, he's actually ended his VTuber activities, is a mecha with a head inside of it. Like, you can actually see in the... My mouse gonna show up if I... There we go. You can see there's actually like a head in the chest set that's actually piloting the mecha, and it can actually like remove armor and stuff from it. Like, if you go and check out his YouTube channel, just look up Hazard Hornet. There's actually a little clip up of like the armor being like blown off the mecha. It's really sad he's not doing anything anymore with his VTuber model and streaming. He is absolutely amazing to work with, and yeah, just incredible stuff. So go check them out as well. They do rigging commissions and stuff still, so just quick hydrate there. All right, moving right along. So we'll get on to some likes and dislikes. Jesus, I can't talk. Obviously JRPGs. I mean, I'm from one. I have like an affinity for them. So, well, I'm blocking that text at the bottom. Hang on. So yeah, Final Fantasy, obviously. I love Final Fantasy. Anyone who's been here on the channel before knows I love Final Fantasy. I mean, I talk about it all the time. I'm streaming all of the retro Final Fantasies. Hey, Mama! I see you in the chat. Hi. Thanks for being here. Everyone was thanking you before. I don't know if you saw that, but thank you for bringing me into this world. It's been fantastic. Yeah, Final Fantasy. I'm doing a series playing through all of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters. I was trying to think of the name of them at the moment. I'm probably going to go into some more of them later and all the rest of it, so. Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. Both series are fantastic. I love them all. I'm actually more of a fan of SMT than Persona personally, but they're all absolutely amazing, so definitely look forward to playing some of those on the channel at some point. Puzzle games, Phoenix Wright, I've played literally all of them. Danganronpa is also another series that I love. One of the ones that I wish I could go back and like erase my memories of the entire series, because replaying them is just like, it's not as much fun, right? Like, once you know what happens in Danganronpa, it's not as much fun to play through it again. Playing through it with other people, or like showing it off to other people, is kind of cool, but like it's not the same. We got the NONARY games obviously there, so 999, Virtual Lost Reward, 0 Times Dilemma, stuff like that. We got the SOMNIUM files, which is great as well. That's fantastic, fantastic game. There's a sequel coming out. I think it's supposed to be coming out this year, so really looking forward to that. FPS, Apex Legends, I mean, obviously, I play it every Friday on stream at the moment. So Destiny 2 is another FPS I really love. I don't play that nearly enough. I really should play it more, but roguelikes, I'll just move my head to the side there so you can see the rest of them. Hades, Darkest Dungeon, Slay the Spire, Monster Train, Rogue Legacy, list goes on. I've played so many roguelikes over the years. I love the series, the genre in general. It's just one of those things that just, they can be really fun to just sit down and play through a run. Enter the Gungeon's another great one for that, where you can just go, right, I'm just going to play one run and just, you know, go through it and see how it all goes. Moving on, I think I got another page of games here. I do. Platformers. I love really hard platformers. Anyone who's been watching me play The Messenger and getting angry at it probably has a good grasp of that at this point. But Celeste, which I played through on stream, like, God, almost 2 years ago now. That game is amazing. All the Mario series, I've like loved every Mario game I've ever played. I've played a whole bunch of them from the beginning. So, you know, Super Mario Brothers on the NES all the way through to now. So, Ace Guards, Jump King. I've played Jump King like a lot on stream. My last stream, actually, I got trolled by my chat, but that's kind of what the point of that stream was. But, you know, that's what happens when you have a point reward to make people send you all the way back to the start of the game. I put Narita Boy under platforms as well. I don't know where I'd put that game these days, but Jump King stuff 60k points. Actually, I'll stream Jump King again at some point, don't worry. I actually really like Jump King. People think I'm kind of weird, but I've kind of explained this before. I've played way harder, way worse Rage games than Jump King, so like it doesn't faze me at all. The Messenger, which I'm playing through at the moment, again, talk about platformers, and I got just a few things here that I wanted to list off. Just, it's okay, you also like hurting yourself, thanks Frost. Yeah, a few games here I just wanted to list off in no particular order that just didn't fit under any other category, so I could have put Risk of Rain under roguelikes or space on that slide. We got Yakuza series, love it. NJER, I've played a bunch of the NJER games, they're great. Monster Hunter, which is like one of my other games that I sink way too many hours into, other than stuff like Apex and Destiny. Pokemon, I've played all of them except Sword and Shield. Life is Strange, I really like that series. I have a soft spot for time travel stories and games and stuff like that. I guess it's probably, as someone who's kind of like out of time and space, I kind of relate to protagonists in time travel stories to an extent. Omori, which is a fantastic game. I actually put a thing up on Twitter a while back being like, hey, should I do the Omori plotline that no one ever streams? And people were like, yes, you totally should. That would be interesting. So I might stream that one at some point. If you haven't seen the game, you might not know exactly what I'm talking about. The other plot line's kind of weird. Your mum's sec life. What? Anyway, Risk of Rain, roguelike, great, really good. James Bond and Man Untethered in Time, exactly. I relate really hard to James Bond. That man's had it rough. Outer Wilds, that series is great. Space travel, really fun. Really good puzzle solving game as well. I could have put that on the puzzles. Soulsborn, so any of the Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Bloodborne's actually my favorite. And then I decided to put just like a few like, you know, sort of like strategy type games down the bottom here. So obviously Mahjong. I love Mahjong. I play Mahjong Soul. It's a fucking brilliant game. Magic the Gathering, I haven't played in a few years, but I still have a soft spot for it. Shadowverse, I haven't played in like a year, but I have a soft spot for that as well. So, let's go to the next slide. Hey Shiki, welcome in. Cool, anime and manga. Mecha, I love Mecha series. You know, Gundam, Code Geass, 86, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Macross, ZOJDS, PROMARE. I could keep going for ages about mecha. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite genres in anime and manga by a long shot. And then again, just a few random things. I couldn't think of a specific thing to put on. Favorite Gundam? I like all of the original series stuff. So, you know, like Shara Aznavour, all of his sort of stuff that he's in. Probably my favorite thing I've seen from Gundam has to be Hathaway. Like, that movie just blew everything else out of the water. That was amazing. And I can't wait for the next two movies in there. RAJLDEX. So, you know, certain magical index, certain scientific railgun, accelerator, all of them, all of these classics. I know I love a bunch of the classics, right? One Piece, I'm more manga for One Piece personally. I haven't actually watched any of the anime for it, but I'm like up to date to the current chapter with the manga. So Black Cat, which is a really great series, I'd recommend anyone read that if they haven't. And yeah, I agree with Zoo. That's an old series. That's old, but I love it so much. It's so good. KOMI-SAN, obviously. One Punch Man's great. Mob Psycho 100. I actually think Mob Psycho is better than One Punch. I don't know what people think of that opinion. I kind of don't tell people that much, but I think Mob Psycho is a better story overall than One Punch Man. But that's just me. Yu Yu Hakusho, while we're talking about old series, that is incredible. One of my favorite old classics there for sure. Azumanga Daioh, when we start talking about slice of life stuff. K-On! Obviously. Dragon Ball's one of the first things I ever watched and got into. Initial D. And then my weird one that most people don't know about, just if there's anyone on this list that you haven't seen that you go and check out Yakutate Japan. That series is crazy. It is to give you a brief synopsis, it's a series about a boy who grows up in a traditional Japanese household in Japan, eating rice and natto every morning, and decides, you know what, I want to eat bread instead of rice. And his grandfather says, no, you can't eat bread. Natto doesn't go with bread. We run a natto farm, so we eat rice. And he's like, no, I'm going to make a bread that goes with natto. And goes to his local bakery, and he makes a bread that goes with natto and convinces his grandfather that he should become a baker. And then the rest of the series follows him trying to make, quite literally, Japan's national bread, which he calls the Japan, which... That should give you a tip-off. The series is full of puns. It is brilliant. It is a comedy series. It is hilarious. It is funny. And it is amazing. And you should check it out. Thank you, Cheeky, for the hydrate and the posture check. And a stretch. Thank you. Alrighty. Music. Metal. I love metal. Power Man 5000, Metallica... God, where else? So many bands. I kind of tried to keep this short, pick a couple of, like, something some people might not know, something people would know, like, to give you an idea. I like classic metal a lot. That's really cool. Powerman 5000 is kind of a band that a lot of people may not know. EDM, Prodigy, Daft Punk, Pendulum, In Love with a Ghost is an indie band a lot of people wouldn't know. Home, a lot of people know them. Moon is great. And then, obviously, Japanese music. Man with a Mission, I love them. They did the opening to Iron Blooded Orphans. That's how I got into them as a band, and that song is amazing. AKFG, obviously, which Leaks noticed there as well. Bandmate is great. Deca 27, Tama Onsen, a bunch of really cool stuff. Conba and Neighbor are losing their minds over me liking In Love with a Ghost, which I was in the top 0.05% of listeners to In Love with a Ghost on Spotify last year, so, like, that should tell you how much I love that band. It is amazing. A few random bands there. I got a couple ones in there people may not know. The Proto Men is a band that, I mean, a bunch of people may not know, but they are a rock opera group that did a pair of albums. I don't know if I think they're still working on their third album. Axie will probably tell me if I'm right or wrong in a second. But they did Act 3 when, exactly. They did Act 1 and Act 2, and they're rock operas about Mega Man, the video game. Like, they seriously turned Mega Man into a film noir rock opera, and it is incredible, and it's amazing, and you should go and check them out because they're absolutely great. But they take a long time working on albums, and it's amazing. On the same vein, the Megas there are also a Mega Man rock opera band, except they turned it into a punk rock opera where Mega Man's kind of really angsty about what he has to do and about fighting Wily and the other robots and all the rest of it. And they're also incredible in a completely different way. They also have 3 albums that actually span the Proto Men kind of took Mega Man, put their own spin on it and gave it like completely its own sort of thing, which is really cool. Whereas the Proto Men did that. The Megas actually they're 2 albums. One of them's a double album, basically, but the first album is literally the story of Mega Man 2, and then the double album is the story of Mega Man 3, so it actually introduces Proto Man and Gamma and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. Really like them as well. And Coheed and Cambria, which Zoo saw there. I love Coheed and Cambria. I'm a huge fan. I've been listening to them for years. So, yeah, another band there that I really like. Just to give you a bit of an idea of some of the music I like there. Right, yeah. Got some more art there from the reference sheet. Oshimark, I went with a retro game controller, or just a game controller, I guess. I mean, there's not that many emojis, sadly. I was trying to look for something more retro, but there's kind of not. And a swords, because that emoji is just called sword. I was like, there should be others a single sword. It's like, no, it's 2 cutlasses. I was like, all right, I guess it doesn't quite fit, but the dagger also doesn't quite fit. Don't know how many I'm gonna... how many of these I'll actually get any use, but I figure I may as well do them anyway. Obviously, just my name for the general tag. Kai Art Goth, because I thought that was hilarious. Haha Goth, that's pretty good for memes. I might use that one. Fan name, I got no idea what to call my fan base, to be honest. No particular tags missing. I was gonna... Sheehy, come on. If you can come up with one and suggest it to me, then I might use it, but I don't know. I don't have any idea how much these are going to get used, but I figure I may as well have them so that if anyone wants to use them, they're there. And future streams. So I got a little thing there. I got the quest board. So this is something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I like to take on games and play them in challenging waves. So one example of that is Avros. That's actually a really good fan name. Holy crap! I'm gonna use that one. Avros. Let me just make a... I can't edit this because it's a static image, but let me just make a note. Avros. That is amazing. I actually really like it. Thank you, Tactless. That is incredible. Yeah, the quest board. So an example of that is I like to play Final Fantasy V in the 4-Job Fiesta, and yeah. What the 4-Job Fiesta is it's a charity event that happens once a year where a bot on Twitter called Gilgabot, who is based off of Gilgamesh, which is my profile picture on Twitter right now, pretty much in my Twitter profile. He's a character for Final Fantasy V, and basically the 4-Job Fiesta is he gives you 4 jobs from the job system as you play through the game, and those are the only 4 jobs you're allowed to use to beat all of Final Fantasy V. Now, FF5 is not a particularly tricky or difficult game, so getting through it with the 4 jobs you're assigned isn't too bad. The interesting part about it comes around trying to figure out how you're going to actually get through certain fights, how you're going to fight around certain things, make things work, you know, actually beat the game with the jobs you're given. And stuff like that is always something that I like to do. Like, I like to play in games on hard mode, and sometimes I'll even go into games and play on the hardest difficulty right off the bat. So what the idea for the quest board is I want to, like, open the floor up to you guys, to anyone that wants to suggest something, some game, some particularly challenging way to play it. You know, if there's, like, I don't know, if there's a particular weapon you want to see me use in, like, Monster Hunter to hunt some particularly ridiculous quest, or there's some sort of way you want me to play through, like, something like Bloodborne or Elden Ring or something like that, or, you know, whatever that is, sort of thing. And, you know, typical Zero Bot. What? Did you just... Oh my god. We've got the budget, Axie. We don't need the zero budget image. I don't know how I'd add that into the slideshow, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I'm not entirely sure I'd make that work. You have budget, I don't. Right. Oh, that joke is never going away. Yeah, so that's the idea of the quest board, is I'm just gonna, you know, have, like, hashtag Avros quest board on Twitter. Like, if you want to suggest anything, or you can just add me, I don't mind. And if you got, like, a cool challenge you want to see me do on stream sometime, I'll get, like, a bunch of them together, and we'll do, like, a quest clearing night where I'll just go in and stream a whole bunch of stuff, clear a whole bunch of quests, and see how far we can get with some of them. And, you know, some of them might be really hard, some of them might take multiple streams, but I want to see how many of these sorts of challenges and fun ideas you guys can come up with that I can actually clear there. So that's kind of the idea for that. And I think that was the last slide. No, right. Special thanks. Right, got a whole bunch of people thing. Hang on, let me just make myself a little bit over the side here. few of these people already in chat here. So, starting off, Axie. He's in chat. He's my chat moderator. He's been a massive help, a support, been fantastic throughout this whole process. I said this on Twitter. It's been like 12 months since I started working on this, literally to today. So, you know, there's been a lot of stuff to get here. So, thanks, Axie. Special thanks to everyone's favorite cat lawyer, and if he's not, he should be. Conban Meow, thank you for the intro video, buddy. Thank you for all the help and advice. It's been great to have you here and along the journey and everything. Been fantastic. And then we got some of the regulars. We've got Rin. I'm not sure if Rin's here. We got Tech. I don't know if Tech's here either. HJ. And I've got Verdi over there in the text as well. My usual Apex drop partners, but they've also been huge support as well. I don't know if Tofri's here. I haven't seen him at all. Usually he pops in late, but you know, he's in there as well. Going through the other sort of text names here before I get to some of the other ones, I want to just shout out specifically Neighborino, who's here as well. Thank you for all your help and advice as well, Neighbor. You have been absolutely fantastic the whole time. Then we've got my support group, basically, that have kept me more sane, I guess. I'm not entirely sane, let's be honest. We got Shiki, we got Dr. Nyampasu, Flame Knight, Nari, Soul, Mads, Leo, Beck, Birdie I already called out, Reezy, who's been a huge support as well, Arte, Gia, Chemo, Kamo, I think, Edgiest Ryugard, Edgy, Nyamo, Clone, Nano, and Oya. They're all there. Definitely had to call those guys out. They've been a huge help in a lot of different ways for that. Right, a couple of inspirational ones I've got here. So, you know, you might be like, why has he got these two, like, big famous VTubers over there? So, before I started on this whole process, I was kind of, like, tossing and turning over this whole entire idea of, like, actually getting on camera, becoming a VTuber and all the rest of it. And then Callie put out Off With Your Head and was sort of just like, hey, if you want to do something, just fucking go for it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to fucking go for it. And so I would feel wrong if I didn't at least have her here as just sort of like a, you know, inspiration to actually just give this all a go and just give it a shot and just, you know, actually do all of this. So I want to just give her a special thanks there. And Fanana obviously has been like a huge inspiration to me as well over the last almost a year, you know, so huge shout out to her as well for just being constantly supportive of like all of her fan base and everything as well. So I wanted to give her a thanks there. And there's one name I haven't actually talked about yet as well, which is Naoko Mama, which is on there for a very specific reason. A bunch of people have probably already seen this fan art and like putting like literally 2 and 2 together here right now, because I've been kind of like sneaky about this the whole entire time. But I've mentioned I'm in this fan art before. That's me right there. That's me right there. So I don't know if this counts as like the first ever fan art of me, but I'm actually in this artwork right there. So I've been kind of like sneaky about like who the hell that actually is, and people will be able to name most of the other people, but yeah, incredibly sneaky about being on there. So yeah, I'm in a fan art. I actually trusted Naoko Mama to like keep my whole model under wraps and set a reference image to put me in there when she was looking for you guys to evolve. So there I am. And yeah, there's Taco as well, who's in the chat. He's there. I don't know if any of the other people in this are here as well. I haven't seen any of them in the chat necessarily, but yeah, there's a few of us in there. Like I said, fan art, I don't know if that counts because it's not specifically of me. I'm in it though. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Anyway, that was the last slide. Right. I completely forgot about the special thanks. I'm so fucking stupid. Anyway, hang on. Yeah, that was it for the slides. I have one last thing I want to cover, so we're just gonna who's that bearded guy under? I don't know, man. Some dude with a beard. I actually said once when someone asked me, they're like, do you know all the people in this one? You'd know them all, Avros. And I was like, yeah, I know everybody in that image. I listed off literally everybody except the bearded guy and the slime, because I couldn't think of his name at the time. And they were like, oh, is that everybody? I'm like, yeah, that's everybody except for that bearded guy. I don't know who that is. I actually said I'm not sure who the bearded guy is, so you know. Yeah, I'm sorry, Scott. Sorry, not sorry. Anyway, one last thing I wanted to do before we sort of wrap up, and I thank you all for being here and sticking with me for this this debut. So let's just go back to my room real quick. Oh, hey, I didn't glitch out this time. All right, cool. No, we're good. All right, let's just get myself centered again here. I put out a quick call out earlier in the week for some questions for a quick Q&A at the end. I only actually got 2 of them, but I figured I'd just answer these and then I'll sort of wrap up. I didn't have much else planned for this sort of debut, so thanks to Yamo. Yeah, so 2 questions I did get, both actually kind of similar, but the first one was, why did you want to become a VTuber over any other kind of streaming? I mean, I've been a Twitch affiliate for like nearly 8 months now, so like it's not like I haven't been streaming, and I've been streaming before then as well. I mean, if you check how old my Twitch channel is, it's really old. So I mean I have been a streamer. I mean, I've done this for a while now. But why did I want to become a VTuber? Because it was fun. It's cool. It's fun. It's interesting. You know, I'm not doing this to like get famous or anything like that. I just thought it was like a cool way of streaming, a cool way of being on screen and all the rest of it. And you know, it's a cool way of just representing yourself and being who you wanted to be, and just doing something that sort of lets you be, you know, really just yourself on camera and everything without necessarily being, you know, on camera. So that's why I decided to become a VTuber. And like, I'll say this now to anyone who isn't aware, that hasn't tried to do this. This is a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. Like I'm not joking. Like I have stuff on my PC and stuff like that from literally 12 months ago, when I started doing all this research and work and looking into different artists and all that sort of stuff and trying to find people. I mean, I'll say this now, finding someone that does the art style you want for a male VTuber is pretty hard. Like a lot of artists do female QT VTubers and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot of work. And then, you know, finding a rigger, getting background art. I've also got an intro animation that I didn't get ready in time, sadly, but I figured exactly 12 months to the day was a really cool day to do the debut, so I went with it today, and that'll be coming in the future. So that kind of answers that question. And this one, what made you decide to become an awesome streamer? And also looking forward to debut this weekend. Who did your art? Same person who did yours, 10, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, what made you decide to become an awesome streamer? I don't know. I don't necessarily think I do anything that unique or anything to make me that awesome or anything like that. I just kind of, I'm just me, right? Like, I kind of just get on camera now, at least. But I kind of just like, I just sit here, I just play games, I just do things the way that I want to do them. I kind of just look for interesting and fun things to do that I feel, you know, sort of capture who I am, and just do that and have fun with it, right? Like, and I guess that's kind of the important thing is, you know, if you're not having fun, if you're not making things fun for your fan base, like no one's gonna tune in, right? So that's kind of just where I come from. I just want to do things I want to do and share the games that I love and the things that I love with you know, an audience or just anyone, right? So it's just a way of doing that, and that's kind of where I'm coming from with all this. So it kind of answers that one. That was the only 2 questions I got via the marshmallows, but it's still open if anyone wants to send anything through. I won't necessarily get a chance to answer them now on stream, but that's it for my debut. I don't have anything else planned. If anyone's got anything they want to ask questions about in the chat at the moment or anything like that, hey Chris, more than happy to answer a couple of questions now, but just while I'm waiting to see if anything comes through, because I know there's a chat delay and everything. I just want to say thank you everybody for coming to the debut. It's fantastic to see everyone show up, and fantastic to have everyone here to celebrate this and all the rest of it. It's been a long ride, like I said, and it's been great fun the whole entire time, and it's going to be even more fun going forward. And I hope that, you know, people come out to the streams and everything. I usually post my schedule up every week on Twitter and stuff like that. I know I stream at a horrible time for a lot of people in the US and stuff like that, but you know, at least the only time that works really for me. So I see Beck asked, why am I so cute? You tell me. I don't know exactly why. But hey, thank you, Leek, for the bits. Congratulations on your debut. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the love in the chat. I really appreciate you all. And ask for a kiss on the lips. You might want to be careful asking that around. Around Beck. He gets jealous. Anyway. What's my beard routine? That's a damn good question. Beard oil every day or every couple of days. Beard wash like once a week. And I'm not joking. Like legitimately to maintain a good beard, you really do need to use beard oil. The thing with it is your skin underneath your beard, like where your follicles and stuff, like gets really dry without like some extra oils being added into them. Like it really dries out. It's really bad for your skin. So yeah, really got to take care of the skin more so than the actual beard itself. And then, you know, getting a good brush to sort of like brush through the beard and just keep like any like loose dead skin and stuff out of it's always a good idea. I know that sounds gross, but like you want your beard to look your best, and that's kind of what you need to do. That's a really good question, actually. All right. In doing your design, could you more or less walk through the thought process? Curious how you went with it. I had a idea, or the seed of an idea, based on what the concept was very early on, and then it was just a matter of taking that concept and then finding a design that in my mind fit best with the concept. So the actual hairstyle is like, no worries, thanks Combo, hope you sleep well, buddy. Yeah, the hairstyle is really kind of reminiscent of like a lot of sort of anime samurais and stuff like that. So that's sort of what I went with. The armor, if we have a look at it, is sort of just a basic sort of like leather armor sort of thing. It's based off a specific design and stuff. Yeah, Ronin hairstyle, exactly. The dragon necklace is just something I like. A lot of this design comes from my mama. She's absolutely fantastic. I kind of said, here's some reference images, here's the idea, here's the kind of outline of what the character is, here's some of the accessories I want, and she designed a lot of it. So like I didn't send any sketches or anything for this, so you know, this is all to an extent her work and all the rest of it. Looks similar to a Gunbreaker. Yeah, that was one of the reference images I sent, sort of thing. So it's kind of why it does look a bit similar. But like the coat and stuff is techwear, which was a design I really wanted to go with and stuff like that. The boots are, you know, just something really cool that kind of fits the whole design and everything. Sword obviously is a must. You know, a warrior must have his sword or their sword. So you know, and yeah, the necklace is actually an interesting story behind that one, to be honest. It's a throwback a long way back to when I was in warrior training school. It actually comes from the patron deity of the town I grew up in, who's this great golden dragon. Actually, where my last name came from. My family was associated with the dragon and everything like that. So you know. First name is mine, it's my own, it's the name I was given, but Kyargath comes from the dragon, and so, you know, everyone in my family has one of these amulets, and that's sort of where that came from. So, you know, just little stuff like that, just, you know, you come up with things in your design and things, Frost, that, you know, spark some sort of emotional connection to you or anything like that. I'm able to take off clothes. I can take off the necklace, so that can go away, and I can actually that's the wrong buttons. There we go. I can actually lose the sword as well, but that's it. I don't have the ability to take the coat off, which is good because it's protective, right? I actually need it for when I go into combat, so I can't strip. Sorry. Bit of a weird question to ask though. Code is cute. I see no harm. Thank you. Getting a little weird. It's fine. It's fine. All right. So close. All right, I'm gonna wrap up, I think. But thank you all for coming. I really appreciate everyone being here for my debut. I hope to see more of you around in the future. I know it's a terrible time for some of you guys, the time that I usually stream, so I appreciate you making the sacrifice to be here. And, you know, probably should I had to sign off. It's so weird. I'm not sure what the hell I'm supposed to do to kind of finish this off. So I'll just say I hope you all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are in the world. Thank you all for the congrats on the debut. Thank you all for being here. And that's gonna be it for me. So, Otso Abby.